When you're needing to beat weather or needing to get crop on the ground to start drying, a lot of dollars sitting in the edge of the field, efficiency is the name of the game. Going to be a little short on feed in the western panhandle of Nebraska. We are in a record drought. Since they started taking records, a lot more people are calling needing hay, and being affected by the fire, hay is going to be in high demand, and we're pretty fortunate for everybody that's donated hay in the fire area that got affected, because it was very, very much needed. Grandpa had a custom haying business growing up. I helped him through high school. That's what introduced me to the custom haying business. When I moved to Oshkosh, I got introduced to Pete Marshall, who I worked for 5 years, and he decided he was ready to retire. That's when I took over his operation and haven't looked back since. Our dry down period on this particular field, this field's a little bit more mature, so the chopper's staying right behind us, probably 5 to 10 acres behind us, depending on how hot the weather gets. That's the fun thing about being in the custom business, is every day's a new day. It's not the same thing every day. You make a plan, and sometimes it works, and sometimes you have to completely change your plan. My dad always makes the comment he wishes Grandpa could have rode with me in this, because he probably wouldn't believe how fast you can run in one of these MacDons and cover the acres that you do in a day, comparatively to an old sickle machine going 4, 5, 6 mile an hour to running 14 to 15 mile an hour. Potentially yesterday I was running 18 mile an hour through some dry land crop. We do about 10 to 15,000 acres of chopping acres, and then we do probably around 10,000 acres or so of hay that'll get baled up and spread out to our customers. The crop that we're cutting here is all going to be forage triticale that's getting chopped and going to get fed at a feedlot locally here. This triticale that we're in right now is probably going to ton out around 6 to 8, and on an average year this would probably be 12 to 15, maybe some 17-ton triticale in there. This year primarily we're going to be doing probably 99% irrigated acres, just due to the drought. Coming out of the Ogallala Aquifer, and just push a button and puts on the water. This year we're running 3 MacDon units, two of them being 1240. We've been running them for 3 years. This model here's the new 2260, a little bit more horsepower. It's been a great unit. We cover probably 7,000 to 8,000 acres a unit, putting 500 to 700 hours a year on them, and they just keep purring like a kitten and running strong. Don't know if I'd ever go to a different brand. All of our units run the steel conditioners. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're the industry leading widest conditioners in a swather right now. We can lay down a 12-foot wide windrow if needed, potentially maybe a 13-foot windrow. That plays a big factor into being able to get the crop on the ground and get it drying. We've had pivot tires stuck in our conditioners, wood posts, metal posts. We've had just about anything you can think of, and these steel conditioners just keep on going. Very little wear. This machine I think has 20,000 acres on it and shows very little wear on the steel conditioners. It's still drying the crop just like the first field I pulled it into. It'll cut it. I've cut sorghum taller than this machine going 10 and 12 mile an hour, and it just goes right through it. On these units, we're running the DWA, or as we refer to them as the merger. It's helped our business with the versatility of being able to put 2 or 3 windrows together. We've even implemented it into the baling. On lighter crop, we can throw 2 windrows together right side by side and merge on each side, or potentially throw 3 windrows together and reduce on our acres needing to be raked. All of our units have the deluxe cab with the leather seat, heated and cooled. When you are staying in one of these units for 10, 12, 15 hours a day, the comfortability is unmatched. I have 2 other hired guys that work for me, one of them being 70 years old, and he can sit in one of these for 12 to 15 hours a day, and he shows up the next day and gets right back to work. Where we do 90% of our repairs and maintenance in-house. The maintenance on these is extremely easy. We had a bearing on the bottom roller that was going out. I was probably 7-8 windrows ahead of the chopper, and I was able to replace that bearing and be back running before the chopper caught up to me. If somebody was to ask me if they were interested in demoing a MacDon, I would highly suggest it. I've ran other units. These units are highly reliable. Parts accessibility has been exceptional. It's just amazing how fast and efficient these machines are.